Good evening, everybody, and welcome to RAMP, Real Access Motivates Progress, live Wednesday night podcast. We are back with you, and as always, we are talking about an amazing organization right here in Rhode Island called the ARC. I can't wait to let these wonderful ladies tell you all about what they do and what the ARC is all about. But without further ado, welcome Jessica and Wanda to the show. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, Tina.
Hi,
Nice to see
Tina.
I am so excited that you ladies are joining us tonight, and I cannot wait for all of our viewers to learn all about the ARC. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Wanda, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
So my name is Wanda Tabarez, and I am the program director for the BIF program. And what BIF stands for is the Building Inclusive Futures. And what this program is a program to help guide individuals ages 18 plus. And we basically help them to build a plan for their future, whatever that may look like, whether they're looking for employment or if they're looking to go back to school. We set them up with a plan to get them to reach their goals.
That's amazing. And Jessica, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Dos Santos. Within the BIF program, I am one of their life coaches. So I am there to support and guide various aspects of each participant as they get equipped and paired with me. And I work on a few things with them as far as goal identification, goal setting and planning, motivation and accountability. So I'm there to support and to empower.
That's amazing. Now that we know who you are and what you do, Wanda, tell us a little bit about the ARC in general.
So the ARC is an organization, it's a nonprofit, and it was actually established in 1950 by a group of parents that had children with disabilities. And they basically established this organization to advocate for their children and to give them a voice. A fun fact about the ARC is that it was the first organization that actually invested money in research for individuals with disabilities.
That's so incredible. They do so many good things. Jessica, tell us a little bit about why you decided to go and work for the ARC. What made that journey to work for the ARC important to you?
So a lot of what the ARC provides as far as its mission statement and its values, what stood out in particular with the ARC and wanting to pair with them is their strong forefront of advocacy. So a big part of advocacy is one would think that I will be their voice for someone else. What's very specific with the ARC is that they promote working alongside their participants and individuals with disabilities. So it's what's powerful is that this organization does not want to be the voice of these individuals. They want to be supportive of their own personal voice. So it paired up with the ARC, I found that it was a great opportunity to not only, empower and support, but I'm not taking away from anyone's authority or their voice or their independence out in the real world. I'm just there alongside them.
That's amazing. I just love what you guys do and, your whole mission and what you do. Wanda, tell us a little bit about what a day of working at the ARC is like. Like, what kind of things do the individuals that work there do?
So I can speak for the group that I work for in the Rhode Island chapter. A day for us would be, incoming phone calls or incoming email inquiries where families are calling in to inquire about multiple resources. Because we are a hub for resources, what we like to do is if we don't have the answer, we like to point people in the right direction. So people call in, and what we do is we fill out an inquiry form for every phone call or email. And then the way my day goes on a normal day, as far as BIF would go, is let's just say from start to finish, someone inquires, I fill out the inquiry form, and then we schedule a discovery meeting, which is an initial meeting to get to know the participant and kind of see where they fit in within the program. The program consists of life coaches and mentors, and I conduct the discovery meeting solely without the life coach or the mentor so that I can determine what would be a better fit for each participant. Once I conduct the initial discovery meeting, I determine who they're going to be working alongside. And then I set up the life plan with either the life coach or the mentor, which in this meeting, we either meet with them via Zoom or in person, whatever the individual prefers. Everyone has different needs, and we treat everything and everyone on a case-by-case basis. So whatever the participant and their guardians are more comfortable with, we set up this life plan. And then after the life plan, they would begin coaching or mentoring. And the program is a 6-month program in which they would be meeting with either the life coach or the mentor once a week. And each session is about an hour long. And then once they complete the program, they get a certificate of completion. We have surveys. I mean, the list goes on. That's just within BIF itself. That's not including everything else that comes with it, but just to give you the gist of what it's like.
Give everybody an idea of what a life plan would look like just a general overview of what a life plan would look like.
So a general life plan is when we sit down with the participant and we ask them, where are you? What are your goals? Who is your biggest supporter? And where do you want to be? That is the meeting in which we determine, that's where we determine, okay, we're going to get you from point A to point B, or all the way from A to Z. So just to give you an example, I will have a participant that recently graduated high school that is interested in going to college and getting their driver's license. So we would establish goals. Okay, so you are here, you just graduated, you have to fill out financial aid forms, apply for college, who's your biggest supporter, you know, my guardian, friends, family. What do we have to do to get you there? Fill this out, and then ultimately get your driver's license and join the college of choice or enter the work field. So in the life plan, we basically establish the goal to set them up for success within the 6 months that they'll be meeting with the life coach or the mentor.
That sounds great. Now it would go over to Jessica as the life coach. Jessica, how do you take the life plan in general to point that into being a life coach? Give everybody what that looks like.
Yes, so I come in alongside with the participant and we put those goals into action. So within the life plan, these for, you know, each participant is different. These goals are really big goals. And when they come and they work with me, we dissect those big goals into smaller portions. So I like to let the participants know that we're working and we're going to establish SMART goals, and that abbreviation. So S will be for like the specific goals. So you want to, and I'm just going to piggyback off what Wanda had mentioned as the example. So if one would want to apply for college, you know, what's your major of choice? How far do you want to go? So those are specific goals that we want to kind of get information about and put that in. And then we want to make them measurable. So how long can we work on each small goal to get to the bigger goal? And then if another one we're going to focus on, if the goals are attainable. Is this, you know, is it genuinely possible to achieve it? Does one live in Rhode Island and want to go to a college, you know, in Kansas or, you know, or whatever? Like, is it affordable? Is it going to be out of pocket? Are there scholarships that they can probably apply to and then get the funding through there? And we want to make the goals relevant for their lifestyle and their capacity. We don't want to limit them, but we want to make them relevant, and make sure it's relevant to their growth. So when we have a big goal and we just have subsets of smaller goals, we want to make those small goals relevant, because all in all, we want to get from point A to point B. We want to work alongside with the participants and make them feel confident and assure that they can create goals and achieve them as well. And as Wanda had mentioned, the program is about 6 months. Ultimately, as much as we get to know, as much as I get to know the participants, and they're wonderful, and I'm so heartfelt with them, we want to let them go out in the real world. We want them to be independent. We want to give them the skills where every day or every so often they can keep creating goals and just work towards independence and just being part of their community, feeling great about themselves. So the last part of the goals, we want them time bound. We don't want to waste any time. We want to meet every week and work on those small goals and make sure, hey, did we do the research? Or you didn't? Okay, do you have accessibility to the internet? Oh, I don't. Okay, is there a library around you? So we want to make sure every week, even the slightest little goal, that they're working towards it, and it's time bound. We're just every week we're working towards something, and then giving them the support, the guidance, and the accountability and the motivation. That's my job as the life coach. Even something as simple as even showing up to the life coach session on that day, on that specific time. I want to be there to motivate them and to support them, because it starts with that. It starts with accountability, and then
that makes sense. One of our viewers just asked, and I'm going to read the question. They want to know that we know that you want to make it time bound, where they leave in 6 months, but do they have the option to come back for support, or are they just kind of like let go and they're on their own at that point?
So they do have the option of coming back, and we did set the program to be for a duration of 6 months. But as I mentioned before, we treat each participant, it's on a case-by-case basis. So it's give or take 6 months. Some individuals need a little extra support. So they absolutely can come back if they feel as though they need to come back for more support once they've completed it. And it's kind of, I'm out in the real world, but I need more guidance. They can absolutely come back.
That's amazing. Now, talk a little bit about the differing abilities of the types of people that you get. I want to show our audience that, people of all different abilities or all different disabilities. I want to let our audience know what kind of people that you have in these programs.
So the program, I don't think I mentioned this, but just so that everyone is aware, this is a federally funded program. So it costs absolutely nothing for participants to be a part of it, which is a huge motivator. And it is a great opportunity to take advantage of this resource, because I know that a lot of other states and, other organizations don't provide these services. Now, these services are provided to individuals that are on Medicaid, or at least eligible for Medicaid, that have IDD. If you are interested in the program and you're an individual that does have IDD, but you're not on Medicaid, our staff can help you apply. So it's not like a shut door, or, it's not an automatic no. And some of the individuals that we work with, the disabilities range. So it can be someone with something as simple as anxiety and depression. And we have people that are on the autism spectrum. We have individuals with, bipolar, people that have, just a number of different disabilities. Any type of disability, Asperger's, dementia, because we do work with some older folks. So
does physical disability factor into that too?
Absolutely. If anyone is physically disabled, if someone is blind, if someone is hard of hearing, if someone cannot speak for themselves, we did have a participant that was mute, but he did have a caregiver, his guardian, that was able to communicate with him through sign language. And she was advocating for him by using her voice to um, communicate what he wanted to say. Any questions that he had or anything that we wanted to relay to him was relayed through her as an interpreter. So it could be physical, it could be, mental disability, any kind of disability is eligible for the
Yeah.
program.
Now, Jessica, when you're being a life coach and say somebody like me in a wheelchair, how do you make those accommodations to make those goals make sense? To make sure that where they want to go and the goals, because I know somebody who I was working with at one time who wanted to be a baker. And if you ever been in a baker's kitchen or, being in a wheelchair and being in the back of a baker's kitchen is not the easiest of things to do, but we found a bakery that actually worked for them. So what is it like when you have somebody with these differing abilities to make those accommodations?
So with those accommodations in mind, I personally, as the life coach, will go back to the program director, go back to Wanda, go back to the advocates and the mentors. So we have different titles and duties, but we still work together as a team because, as mentioned before, each participant is different. So maybe the goal is to become a baker and to maybe make some cupcakes and sell them on the side, make a profit out of it, or just the desire to host like a bake sale outside of their, their community or at a library of some sort. But with that, it goes back to finding the answer and finding the resource. So what I love about the ARC is that I take in the goals with the participant, but if we need to find something that will help with mobility and accessibility, we're doing the research for it. So I let the participant know, again, motivating them, this is great. And, what do you want to bake? Where do you want to go? And kind of get a feel of what they want to do. So if they just want to do the mixing or just be there just to support and be there for like customer service, I get a feel of what type of role they want to do within that space, and then go back and just work along with my team in finding that resource and finding that the accommodating facility for that.
That's incredible. You guys learn as much as your individuals are learning because everybody's ability is different. Everybody's disability is different. You could have 10 people with spina bifida and they probably have very few things in common, even though they have the same disorder. So it's amazing. So you guys are learning as much as they're learning. And that's it, because everybody needs to learn. And then the people who are hiring them or the people that you're placing them with are learning as well. Wanda, give me some of the biggest challenges that you guys have overcome.
So I would say that some of the biggest challenges that we've overcome thus far have been dealing with participants that need help but are not willing to show up or cooperate, and finding a way to work around not disqualifying them because we know that they need the services. So we are finding ways to be empathetic and to know that, individuals, humans in general, sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you don't. And you have to understand that things can and will present themselves. And sometimes you might just wake up and say, I'm just not having a good day today. I don't want to do this. A lot of our participants will, have a hard time with scheduling and things like that, but we know that going into it. So I think that's one of our biggest challenges, is just kind of keeping them on track and reminding them, this is a voluntary program. This is a free program. This is for your future, kind of reminding them and bringing them back on track and letting them know we're investing in your future. These are your goals. Kind of letting them know, like, you know, I'm not your boss. I'm not your mom. I'm your friend.
No, I love the way you said that because it makes disability so normal. Because I could tell you 10 parents right now that have typical children, as you would say, that don't want to get up, that don't want to do anything, that don't want to be active. And then you got disability ones that are doing feats that I'm like, okay, you can slow down now. You don't have to be doing that. So it doesn't matter your ability or your disability. That's just human nature. That's what makes us all the same. And there's some people that I've worked with that their kids just don't want to work and the parents are forcing it, forcing it, forcing it. And the kids are like, I just don't want to be here. And that's typical and untypical children. So I love the way you put that because that's such a normal thing, no matter who you are. Because I mean, I'll tell you, there's some days I just, nope, done. I'm tapping out today. I'm good.
Let's try again tomorrow.
Yeah. Jessica, tell me some of your biggest challenges dealing directly with the services.
So two things. One, the first challenge is if the participant shows up, as mentioned, for that Wanda mentioned. And secondly, keeping them motivated. I get a lot of participants who already feel defeated, and they feel defeated because of their disability. They feel left out, they feel singled out. So they already come into the space of conversation just feeling defeated and incapable. So what makes it difficult is, you know, persuasion and being there for someone and saying, listen, I know you have a disability, but there's a way around it. You're special, you're different in a good way, and you have the advantage here of all of these resources catered to you. And just persuading and motivating them and letting them know what the ARC is, what BIF is, who am I alongside them. You know, a life coach, I'm not here to be super clinical. I'm not here to diagnose you. I'm not here to write a script and then boom, you're better. I'm here as a friend, as a partner during, you know, their journey. And again, every participant is different. One goal can be like compared to the other, simple as, you know, I want to be organized. I want to be able to get up and clean my room and be able to find my things so I can start my day, compared to someone who wants to go off to college and live on campus. It varies. But one of the challenges is just letting them know, like, when you show up, you have resources, and just work with me, be consistent and stay along with me, and we can get you there.
That's amazing. Changing a little bit, turning, Wanda, tell us some of the things that the ARC has coming up.
So one of the events that's coming up is the Buddy Walk that is not hosted directly by us, but we're going to be joining them. And what the Buddy Walk is, it's a walk for Down syndrome awareness. And this event is going to be hosted on Sunday, October 1st at 10 a.m. And it will be at Goddard Memorial Park. So I believe there is a registration that needs to take place, but I can absolutely share the link with you, and you know, we can post it. We have a newsletter, we have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram, a website.
Yeah,
So
give everybody your website, because I'm sure from the website they can get to all of this wonderful stuff. So give out everybody the website.
So the website for us directly in Rhode Island is ri.thearc.org. And
say that again.
It's ri.thearc.org.
I'm putting it in the chat as we speak, so you guys can just go right down to the chat and you can do it. But yeah, definitely go to the website. You can get to their Facebook page. You can get to all of these wonderful links. And if you don't know how to get to all of these wonderful links, reach out to me. And I know these wonderful ladies, so I can reach out and put you in contact with them. So see how simple that was? I'm everywhere, so I'm sure you're going to run into me. And we were just talking earlier that a world title holder might show up at the buddy walk to take pictures with people. So that would be me, but it's going to be fun. So we're going to make sure that that happens. So what are some of the other things that you guys are looking forward to that is coming up?
So we have an annual backpack drive that just passed, but it will be happening once again. And this is an event that is hosted by the ARC-RI, and we hand out supplies and backpacks to families that have children with disabilities. We also host an event at the Latin Expo Center for DSP workers, which are direct support professionals. That's something else that we did that I don't know if it's coming back this year, but it's something we did do in the past. We're also going to be joining the Buddy Walk. And we do have a few other things up our sleeve that are not yet, it's not official, but keep an eye out. Follow us on all of our social.
They will be at my event walking around with all of their flyers. They won't have a booth, but they will be walking around and talking to people, handing out their information, because I know a little birdie told me that there were going to be art people walking around. Accessibility is beautiful. So there is another way immediately in the next week or so that you can come out and you can meet these people and get all of the information and get part of the system. Jessica, tell everybody how they can become part of the system.
Part of the system?
How can they join up? How can they sign up?
So as mentioned before, Wanda had mentioned a lot of inquiries come in different ways. We're on all social media platforms. You can send us a message. You can call us. Definitely check out the website. So I advise all of the viewers to check out the website. Lots of programs, a lot of resources there, specifically sending the inquiry and the request for someone to give you a call back to get set up. As mentioned before, Wanda will give you a call, especially for the BIF program. She'll give you a call, get that discovery meeting set up, life plan, and boom, life coach or mentor. We waste no time.
Wanda, tell everybody what makes you eligible again.
So in order to be eligible for the program, you either have to be on Medicaid or be eligible for Medicaid, which means you already applied and you're pre-qualified. If you are not on Medicaid, or if you have not applied, we can absolutely help you with the process. It's a fairly simple process. Just give us a call. I can give you the direct number unless you want us to just post it at a later time. But, in order to apply, you go right on our website. There's a link to inquire, basic information, name, number, address, why you're seeking services. And one of our representatives will absolutely give you a call back within 24 to 48 hours. Also, the main number to the office is 401-294-2342.
Great. And that's so exciting. All right. What haven't we talked about yet? What exciting things are going on the ARC that I haven't asked you? We'll start with Jessica.
I'm trying to see. We have the events coming in. I know we're ruling out more inclusive meetings with the team. We have a lot of fresh faces. Me being one of them. We're calling all mentors, life coaches, advocates. We are revamping the team. So that's something I have on my agenda to look forward to. We have a new faces. We actually just finished our bios. So within the website and the newsletter that comes out, our coworker, Kimberly, she is our executive communications person. So she's actually revamping, the newsletter and the website just to show and to present the new faces, the new employees, me being the new life coach with the BIF program, things of that sort. So that's really exciting. We are established, but we're getting a lot of people on board because we're getting a lot of inquiries. So we want to make sure we're just fully staffed, ready to go, definitely equipped to provide services.
That's awesome. Wanda, what are we missing?
We also have a child advocate. So if anyone is seeking services for their children, anyone that needs help with their child's IEP or 504 plan, absolutely give us a call or send us an email or go ahead and fill out that inquiry form. And our advocate is bilingual. She speaks English and Spanish. Her name is Dee Dee. She's great. She's been doing this for years. She will absolutely get you the help that you need. We work with legislation. We have a program that we are working alongside. It's called Circle of Connections, which is mothers that get together to advocate for their children with disabilities, just a number of things. And we're always coming up with new things. We go to all the events and we do all the things, and we're expanding. We're currently looking for an additional life coach to join our team. So, if you or anyone knows of anyone that is looking for employment, we're looking for a male life coach to join our team. Send over your resume. I'll take a look at it, and, we'll take it from there.
And Dee Dee is fabulous, just to let you know. I know Dee Dee. I've been involved with the ARC for quite some time now. And all of these other organizations that you're talking about that are all part of it, we're stronger together, as my shirt says. I know all of these circles. I'm in all of these circles, and I see all of you in all of these circles. So that is the nice part, is once you get part of any one of these organizations, they connect you to all of the other organizations that you could benefit from. So just because you're in one does not mean you're excluded from all of the others. It just means you now have access to even more of a network. And that's why I keep saying this, we need to have networking events, because we're all in the same circles anyway, to let everybody know. And I'm going to start this at some point, is we need to be more networking so we can be more together and talk of how we can be combined and doing our resources together. You guys are absolutely fabulous. I love this. All right, who wants to go first in your 1 minute wrap up of why everybody should join or help and support the ARC?
I can go first.
Yeah.
So, a minute is a long time, but I would say that it's a great opportunity to advocate. I know it sounds redundant to say, but to advocate alongside individuals with IDD and help spread awareness. I think that the IDD community is a community that needs to be represented more. We need to let people know that just because you have a disability does not mean that you cannot be a part of a normal functioning society or be a normal functioning individual that's, has their own place, has degrees, has a job, has a family. And I just want to let it be known to anyone that is seeking services, whether that be advocacy for your children, whether that be, joining a program such as BIF, or if you're looking for resources on any level within the IDD spectrum, that you're not just limited to, we are one of the chapters in Rhode Island. There are a couple of others. We're the main chapter, but you're not limited just to the state of Rhode Island. The ARC US, which is the organization that we're a part of, has over 700 chapters nationwide. So if you're in California and you need services from the ARC, just go on the website, the main website, which is thearcus.org, and you can seek services. So I just think it's a great opportunity for anyone that has IDD to connect with our company and see what we have to offer.
That is great. Jessica, your 1 minute wrap up.
All right. And specifically for me, that I want to tell the audience is get yourself a life coach. I feel like everyone, disability or not, should have a life coach. We're here to be your friend, show empathy, give you a safe place to actually share your dreams, your desires, your aspirations, and to get it out of your mind and to put it on paper and to put it into action. It's a place where you can have a conversation and you can really just share your feelings about how you want to be supported. where you want to go. Where do you want to take your life? And for the caregivers as well, you don't have to do it alone. There might be some times where you have to give your child redirection and you want to be supportive. And maybe you're not the best or the first choice for them because you are the parent and you are the caregiver. They want to hear it from someone else. They want a different perspective. And again, as a life coach, we're not a therapist. We're not a doctor. It's not a one-way thing. It's a two-way partnership. It's a pair. So, give us a call. You don't have to do it alone. Participants as well who are out there, you don't have to do it alone. And if you feel like you want to become more independent, you want to seek services and resources elsewhere, contact us.
Perfect. Well said. Thank you, ladies, so much. And, I love the fact that you said that it doesn't matter your ability, because I'll tell you, people discount me a lot. And I prove them wrong every time. Well, most of the times anyway. So thank you, ladies, so much for sharing everything that you do. Thank you for what you're doing. And thank you for uplifting such an amazing community. I can't wait to see you on the 23rd, hopefully before, but definitely on the 23rd. And thank you again for all that you do and taking the time tonight to share your passion and the arts passion. We really appreciate you.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. And as always, we invite everybody back next Wednesday night, same time, same channel. We are talking to the Impossible Dream Playground. So yes, we are not talking the Catamaran. We are talking the Impossible Dream Playground right here in West Warwick. I cannot wait for you to meet Diane Penza next week and talk all about that. And as I always say, don't just sit there, everyone. Make a difference. Have a great night, everybody.